Hey everybody, and welcome to my in5 series where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. L. Colette writes in and asks, is it possible to sequence an OP-1 field pattern on the MPC via MIDI? The answer, I would say, I'll be a little more specific and say you can definitely send MIDI notes from the MPC over to the OP-1 field and play notes, and so you can record them and use the Akai MPC as your sequencer. These fun little gadgets are for like the Tombla and like the finger drummer and stuff. I don't know that you can trigger them. I'll have to go read up on that. But you can see it's playing the sending MIDI data over. I'm just going to turn it off though. So I can come in and you can see I'm playing notes. It's definitely getting over here onto the MPC because it's seeing it. Hopefully you can see like the notes lighting, the pads lighting up, even though they got the black on top. Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, if you don't want it to do that, you can just tap the record button. The problem with that is it won't record MIDI into the track. So we probably want it left as armed, which means we're going to be sending MIDI data over and audio data. Not a big deal. And I will be able to play MIDI back to the OP-1, but I have to do a couple things. First, I'm going to talk about the settings. So if I go Menu and Preferences and go into MIDI, you can see here under Input Ports, I have OP-1 MIDI 1, and it's taking track data. And that's what the input is allowing over USB-C to the USB input on the back of the MPC to receive data. And when you plug it in, it's just going to say it's probably going to say OP-1 MIDI 1. If you want to, you can absolutely go into the keyboard and rename it. You can call it OP-1 Field or whatever you'd like, and that'll work just fine. And similarly, under Output Ports, I've got OP-1 MIDI 1, and I've just got track. The reason why is I don't want the OP-1 to be sending transport control, sync, play, start, record, whatever data over to the MPC. I want the MPC to be the brain. And in this case, I actually didn't want the sync data from the MPC going back into the OP-1. Why? I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. I wasn't worried about keeping delays or other things in sync, and I didn't want the tape starting and stopping, and I just wanted to use it as an instrument, so I just have sync off. But definitely make sure you got at least track on for output ports so that you can send MIDI data over. And with that set, I can come over here and go MIDI ports and select OP-1 MIDI 1 if I'm in the MIDI instrument type, and now I can send MIDI data. I don't know if you can read this on the screen or not, but it actually says MIDI channel 9. The reason for this is because of some other devices that I have that use MIDI channel 1 through 8 for specific things. So if I set it to MIDI channel 1, it's not going to work. So make sure your MIDI channel matches on the OP-1, and the way you check that is you go Shift and COM, and you go to MIDI. You just hit the number 1 MIDI. Mine says MIDI channel 9. I don't know if you can read that or not because the web camera up here isn't great. It's pretty good, but MIDI channel 9. My clock is in, my notes are both, and my other is both. So with that set, I can do fun things. Now, whoops, I gotta go back to channel 9. I can record something. You can see, just recorded it. We've got the notes over here. I didn't play very well, but it's definitely taking this and sending it over and allowing the OP-1 to actually play content. Anyway, L. Colette, I hope that was helpful. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.